All right, hi everybody. Smelly here from GraffitiEyes.com, and happy Wednesday. So Wednesday I am starting a new segment series, and we are going to be giving away prizes. So I'm going to have a contest today, and I'm going to be painting some little artwork on cards, on a card for you guys, and then I'm going to have you guys share, and we win the artwork from the card that we make together today, and one of these little snowflake stencils. I'm trying to move a bunch of these out there for some like little icy snow love coming down. So today I'm going to be using 3 different kits. I've got the flowers and candy and the emoji and the happy hippie. So that's what we're going to be using today, and the regular stuff, my face paint and some pressed powder, colored powder, and some sponges and daubers and paintbrushes. And let's get going. We're going to paint some smelly cats. Let me change the camera angle for you guys. Okay, so here's my little workspace. And if you guys like, you can paint along with me as well today. So I showed you guys the kits we're going to be using. You have those. Otherwise, you can get a new peek at how they work. So I thought it would be fun to show you guys a couple of different ways of painting these little cats with the emojis. They're so fun and super easy and super versatile to do. So let's get going here. I'm going to fix my music. Oh no. I guess we have no music today, sorry, haha. That's the fun part of doing the live bit. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna make couple of different kinds of cats and then some backgrounds, and then you can fool around with these on paper, and they translate really well, really easily onto faces. So little kids love pink kitties, so let's start with making a pink kitty. I'm just going to load up some pink makeup with my sponge here. I'm using a big sponge this time because that's what I grabbed. I also kind of want to show how versatile the stencils are with using different kinds of tools. So I went with a sponge because I'm used to grabbing a sponge. Double loaded, and I think I'm going to put my cat right about here. Let me make sure. Okay, I don't want to paint on the glossy side, the matte side. Okay, so we'll start with the head. Now, painting on paper and painting on skin is the same kind of level of wetness that you need to get the job done. I'm just wiping some powder on there so that I can work quickly. I do that type of thing in the field when I'm working with a lot of stencils with kids and layering stencils. Just makes it go faster, because when you lay your stencil back down on, you don't want to be picking up any wet paint. These are the little kitty ears on that same card. Just like that, super sweet. Then I'm kind of showing you like the fastest little cat design. Okay, let me get, this is a small area, so I'm just going to use a little small tool because it'll make it really easy for me. Just load up some black on there. Here we go. Because I'm still going to be layering stencils, I'm going to just grab some black powder. I like to use these makeup sponges because they pick up just the right perfect amount of powder. Okay, starting to look like a little kitty. Let's grab a little emoji face. We'll do little winking eyes. And we'll give them a little smile. Look, I'll use one of these surprised eyebrows like a smile. See, because you can do that. You can turn the stencil upside down. Okay, so that looks really fun. I like that a lot. That's a super fast little cat. I can show you guys another little quick trick too. You can take another little shape, and just because you've got black on your sponge already, you can kind of go in there and cut the little corners of the insides of the ears. You don't have to, but it's an extra little step that takes no time if you're already kind of going. Okay, so he looks really cute just like that. What I'm thinking of doing here is adding a little bit of a story to the kitty. So I named this little video Smelly Cats because I had some different ideas for making a happy, good smelling cat, right? So we'll put him in playing in some flowers. This is from the Flowers and Candies kit. And I got a pink cat, so I think I'll make like some teal colored flowers for this kitty to play with. Let me just grab a little finger dauber. I'll show you guys with the finger dauber versus the sponge. Kind of like to show different tools just so you can see. Okay, so I'm kind of sneaking this stencil in. You can see it's overlapping here. I'm just going to make sure I don't touch the cat there, and that way it looks like the flowers are kind of tucked behind the kitty. Okay, so that kind of helps make the story. So I got my little sponge dauber here, and I kind of push and wiggle and pull away from the edges. Probably could have used a little bit more water on there. Sorry, my paints. It's first thing in the morning for my paints here. They're all groggy and dry. They had a good night's sleep. Okay. And you can grab all the way out to the edges and pick up all these little flower dots, all these little bits of atmosphere. Dots are magical, so okay. So like that, and then just to be safe, so we're moving along really quickly, I'm just going to grab some powder and rub it on there. Okay, so there's the first layer of this stencil. This stencil is a double layered stencil. So this stencil is a double layered stencil. So we're going to get some bright color, maybe like an orange will stand out really nice against that teal, right? Because they're opposites. They kind of look like a Dolphins cat. The Miami Dolphins. So I just put some super bright orange on there. Now, this was our first step. This is our second step. So you can line up 1, 2, 3 here of these little flower centers with 1, 2, 3 like that. Do you see? So 1, 2, 3. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the little sprays come out the centers of the buds. So you line this up, and then you can have some instant Beautimus flowers. This would be a good time to use glitter because the glitter would bling bling. But on paper, the glitter gets knocked off really easy and makes a big old mess. So, but on skin, it sticks super perfectly, and then it looks like really fancy and amazing because people kind of go, whoa, because when you're removing the stencil, it's all glittered up and everything, and looks pretty phantasmus. But just for our purposes, I'm going to use powder because it's paper. And I want it to keep drying fast for us. Yay! Okay, so you could leave it just like that and be done. Or you could go ahead and add a little extra to it. I'm going to add extra just because we're having a little painting fun time today. So I'm just going to get a little paintbrush and get some pink on my brush. And I'm going to show you guys how to kind of paint a little paw. It's just going to look like an illusion of a paw. Like you just want to kind of make it look like he's got little fingers, little paw fingers kind of coming around and grabbing the flower here. You see that? Like boom, boom, boom. It's really, it just blobs. Okay, so I'm not really trying that hard. There's no magic there. You just want to create an idea of something going on. You can do the same thing. Maybe he's got a big armful, so you can have him put his other paw over there like that. Okay? And then the other thing that says cat is a big old long sneaky tail, right? Oops, I got a hair in there. So you can have this little tail kind of pop out from anywhere. So we'll just have it come out. A big old long sneaky tail kind of sneaking around there. Right? Okay. So this is perfect when you've got, like, this fits on a cheek really well, on an arm. Arms are really good because you can do storytelling along with it when you're painting kids, and they love that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so there's one cat. I'm going to, yeah, I'll outline it and everything for you guys too here. Show you how that's done. My outliner brush. Just get some black. Maybe bring it a little closer here so it's faster. Okay, so to outline this, you just need to do little hints. I think if we're going to do it, we might as well just go in there and we'll outline everything. So we'll do a little bit of these flowers, the little paws. All right. It'd be really cool if you guys painted along and posted your little paintings. I kind of love to see how other people are getting creative with these stencils, and what kind of ideas. I mean, I feel like a lot of my ideas are kind of like ideas that I've pulled from you guys too, you know. I super appreciate everybody posting their artwork. It really means a lot. These stencils were made and shared because I made them for myself and my friends liked them, so it really started off as a sharing project, and I love that everybody's keeping it a sharing project by posting their artwork online along with me and painting along with me. So, and plus, I mean, nothing beats painting and being relaxed, right? No kidding. And these are the little seed pods here. You know, just see, when you do a lot of stenciling on kids, and if you're pulling out your stencils all the time, you get people and they're like, oh, she's doing stencils, anybody can do that, you know. Or you get all these people who are like, stencils are cheating and blah 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 and all those kind of feelings. Well, you know, it makes it go really fast, and it makes you be really consistent, especially if you're at parties. Then you can really control things. And also at the very end, you can always point out, you can always pull out your paintbrush and do little things like this and add little swirls and all that kind of stuff. And then people go, oh, I get it. Oh, wow. And then they really appreciate what you can actually do with stencils, you know, that it's not a cheating tool. It actually like enhances your artwork tremendously. Okay, so our little tail here. This is Fab paint. It's really, really nice for painting on skin, but you can see on paper it kind of drags a bit, but that's okay because we're just practicing and showing you. But it still works remarkably well on paper. Okay, and then we can do a little bit of just outline on the ears here. You don't even need to outline this, but like I was saying, if you have time and you're feeling it, and sometimes you just want to waste time and keep the kids in the chair a little bit longer, you know, just to make it, if you have no line, right? So always knowing what kind of extra stuff you can add is good, and that's what practice is all about, you know. Just like now, I'm like, oh, well, I got time, I got no kid in the lineup, so I'll just throw a couple little highlights on, and then just knowing where the highlights will look good so that you can slam them on. And again, that's like one of those types of things that impress people, because they think you're done, and you're like, actually, no, I can like put some different little wiggly shapes in here and make it look even cooler, right? And that's where like tips come in. Somebody the other day gave me this, I don't take tips, and I was like, oh, well, I do. So I always like to give people ideas on how to make tips. So there we go. There's a good smelling kitty. That cat smells great. And then let's make the next cat. So I'm going to move my flowers out of the way here and create a little bit of clean space. And we'll get this next cat going here. I go back, start with my emojis. I think what I might do for you guys is move this camera even closer, and we'll do an experiment, and then you can tell me maybe in the feedback if you like it super close camera angle like this. Okay, so here we go. The next cat is going to be a smelly cat for sure. I'm going to get some brown and orange, and I'm going to show you guys a little trick on making a dual tone with your stencils. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to get some orange on here. Like I said, my paints aren't quite awake. I'm gonna have to like spray them down in the morning and say, all right, it's time to make movies. Okay, here's another coolio. This cat's walking up into the garden. Okay, watch this. I got orange on here with my dauber all the way around, and I'm going to take some brown powder, and I'll take a little orange powder too. So I'm going to put just like some orange powder on one side, and then this cat I'm going to like just bring on some stripes just like that. So it looks a little bit more fierce, right? I'm just going to drag those around. So see how it takes no time to just have kind of like two sponges on hand, and then you got a little bit more action going on there. We'll stick with the super easy ears that are right up top here. And we already got all these colors going. So let's do the same thing. And we'll just take a little and cut the edge, because that'll look cool. I always give a little blow, I guess, maybe, or sometimes if you think there's a little bit too much powder, but I don't recommend blowing in kids' faces because germs and stuff, yuck. So, but that's why I like to use these sponges, is because they don't pick up that much powder at all. Okay, so now this is super fun. We're going to make the eyes on the cat. Let's start here. I'm going to use, these are the Hippie stencils, and this is so funny. You guys are going to flip out when you see this. I got a little dauber. Ah, my water. Come on, water. There we go. Okay, water. And we're going to take these circles and line them up like that. Get in there. Same thing. I just like to set my design, some powder, so that I can keep moving really fast. Okay. Do you see the beginnings of googling eyes happening here? Okay, where's my little black dauber I had going? Here we go. Make sure I got water in my black. Okay. So we're gonna take and line up right above. We've got, or right beside, we've got matching kind of eyeballs that'll fit in there. So we'll pick two, and I'll stick them looking down over here. Depending on where you kind of line up your eyeballs, also gives your character different looks, because they could be looking up, they could be looking down. We'll have this guy looking there. Okay. Same thing. We're going to stick a little nose on. This one I'm going to stick the nose on like a little bit of an angle. Just adds more character. This guy was kind of just straight, like he was just a really basic, simple show you guys how to do it. You can see if you make little variations. So then if you go to a party, you can be like, oh, and you can have all these different kinds of cats. And have all these different kinds of cats for everybody to play with. They'll be consistent, but they're different just because, you know, the little mustache is on an angle or something like that, right? Okay, let's give him one of these little bonus mouths here. We'll make him look like he's talking a little bit. I like that one. And we'll take, just for this video to show you, we can take a little red and put it on the bottom. Kind of looks like a little bit of a tongue then, right? Super funny. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm going to show you guys how to make kind of a little blobby body for the cat. So, we'll grab a paintbrush and some orange that matches that orange that I used for his head. And grab a little bright one there too. Okay, so again, I want to kind of show you guys, because you've got this super perfect looking emoji head, you really don't need to worry so much about having like a super perfect body or whatever. So like, again, I'm just going to put some little blobs for a paw, and maybe I'll put another paw in behind here like that. Okay, we'll make that one a little bigger, and then all we got to do is have it kind of come up to the body a bit, and we'll make him fat, a little bit tummy here. And then kind of put a couple little blobs back there for another foot. And then we'll put a little tail going up. We'll make his bend the other way because that one cat's bending the other way. Okay. And because watch what we do here. Because it's paper that I'm painting on, it looks a little streaky, so I'm just going to like put a little powder on there to set that too. Just because the paper takes a little extra second to dry for us. So really blobby looking body, but we're going to make this really funny. First of all, I'm going to finish out, before I start outlining, I want to finish doing all the stenciling. So let's make this. Let's make the kids giggle a little, right? And put some water on my brown paint here. And just due to proportion, I'm going to make sure that it's a relatively proportioned little smelly treat that the cat left for us here. Oh no, did you really? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I got 2 smelly cats, and this one left a little duty for us. So, same thing, just gonna grab a little darker brown, and I'll catch the underside edges here. And I could even take, I was doing this the other day, take some yellow and highlight with yellow, and then it kind of looks like extra realistic. Does everybody see where I'm going with this smelly cat? Okay, cool. So really we can just give a little outline again. My black going here. This is a number 2 round brush from Superstar. I actually have some of these on my website for sale. They're a really nice little liner. They hold quite a bit of paint, so you can get away with them when you're working on kids' faces. Okay, so I'm just going to start on the top and work my way down. Let me see. That's why I was hoping I had my music in the background here so it wouldn't be so totally boring for you guys, but that's okay. Again, outlining, it's only if you have time and you're really, you know, like maybe you got not very many kids at this party, or, you know, they hired you and everybody decides to show up like 3 hours late or something, so you're kind of entertaining 2 little kids the whole time. Then you got lots of time to do outlines and extra little things. Otherwise, I mean, there's any point that you could have stopped in this too, right? You can put some little stripes on his back. Maybe like a little striped kitty. And what else? Oops, I just knocked all the black off. I may as well outline the little turd. Right? Give some little stink lines. Oof. Get some white and stick some little dots in his eyes. Give him a little soul. Give him some little teeth. Right? Some highlights on his toes. Something on the ears there. Anyways, there's some 2 very different looking cats playing around. Let's see, since we've got these kits out, we can put, I can just show, I'll fill up the background for you guys, and just show kind of how fast and easy it is to add additional background to your design. So since we use that Happy Hippie kit to make those googly eyes on the cat, we'll just continue to use these things. So we'll put some stars around this guy, line it up. I got gold here because I like gold. Yes, I just said that. Put some yellow powder on there. Put some stars up here for this guy. All right, people. So I'm really hoping you liked watching me fool around with my stencils here and show you a couple different little smelly cats. I'm looking forward to seeing people playing around with these stencils and starting to show me more little characters that you guys build. I've thought of so many of them, and some of them turn out really good, some of them turn out a little bit like wonky, but I'm going to be sharing them all with you, all kinds of design ideas that I have, because I'm hoping that maybe like it'll not only like spur some inspiration in everybody else, but maybe somebody will like think of a better way to do it and be like, hey Leia, how about this? And I'll be like, bah, that's perfect. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And let me know how this does for you as like a little therapy session in terms of painting, like just taking some time out for yourself to paint, you know, like for fun. Look at this, I'm going to line this. He's got his little paws out, and I've got this big hippie flower here from this Happy Hippie set. So I'm going to do that trick where I'm going to overlap it over his paws, but I'm just going to stop up to that point. So let me pick a color. Maybe I'll go with some purple flowers for this guy. And I know I got way too much water on there, so let me just knock some of that off. And put some purple down here, some purple over here. Like that. Right. And getting all into it, so I better set it with some powder here so I can keep working quickly. There we go. And then we'll stick with those same bright colored centers. Again, this is another little tricky set I got because the centers of this flower and this flower line up perfectly as such, just like the other set. Just like the other set did. Right? Cute. You can go in and grab this guy too if you like. Or you can leave him, it doesn't matter. Let's put a couple of these little squares in because they look like leaves, kind of. You can grab some green. I'm just like painting to fill this up now for you guys, so you get different ideas of how to kind of lay these little stencils next to each other and what ends up kind of falling out, you know? And that's part of the whole practicing thing. That's what makes it so much fun, is just fooling around. Like I said, just the therapy of fooling around with this stuff and being like, oh my goodness, these little particular triangles end up looking like leaves or trees or something like that. I was fooling around with another design and I was like, wait a second, I'm going to use these as little trees in the background, and it totally worked, and it looked really cute. And I was particularly pleased with myself, and so I thought, well, isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Share that with everybody else? Yeah. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm hoping you guys will share this video. Share this video today, and that is big win possibilities for you guys in terms of getting little free stencil and winning this little piece of artwork that we're working on here. It's fun, right? This is the stencil that you guys would be winning. A little snowflake. Looks really pretty when we transfer it out. Let me get a little blue here and I'll show you guys. The snowflakes look great with blue, especially when we're dealing with white paper. So whoever wins this little painting is also going to win this stencil. But I'll give you a clean one. I'll keep this dirty one. Unless you want the dirty one that I use, just tell me. You'll have to PM me. No, give me the one with all your biophotons. Oh man, so silly. Look at, if you twist it. Now, I'm going to show you. I didn't flip my snowflake. I just twisted it, and I'm going to show you how it ends up looking like a totally different snowflake. It must be springtime for these cats or something, I guess, because who has flowers and snow at the same time? I'm sure some of the people who live in some of the cities out there, you guys experience all the seasons in one day. Didn't you guys live in one of those kind of towns? Super pretty. Who wants this snowflake stencil? I do. Oh. I know I do. That's why I made it. I made it for myself, and now I share it with you. All right, cats. There we go. There's our little design. I think it turned out super fun. What I'm going to do is I will go back and answer your questions. I'll go and check out the chat room after, and I'm going to be reposting these videos to YouTube, my YouTube channel, so you can always go and look them up again there. If you're like, oh, where's that video with the something something, you'll always be able to find like a massive archive on my YouTube channel. Get this. Hey. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for having fun with me painting. Wednesdays, this is what we're going to do. So maybe get your stuff ready so that you'll be ready to paint along and have some fun. Join me and post your pictures if you do try out any silly cats or anything like that. Share this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Take care. Bye.